Hey, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor at the house. There's Big Shiv, HD 6.6. Whoa, she can pull a dream. I should have had that white and white. Anyway, Big Jim's got it taken care of. That's a good old truck too. This is a 2023 270 Admiral. Somewhere said it was an EX, but I don't know about that. If it's an EX, it's like 10.4 on the beam, or 9.4, 9.10 on the beam, but I'll have to check on that and make sure it's an EX, but I don't think it is. So it would be a 102 beam. 22 degrees, about 180 on the fuel gallon size. Nice boats, very quiet. They are recoverable, by the way. I got large whaler type harpoon them whales, bow rails all the way back, nice and high, gets you up to your waist. You got top rails, dual wipers. You got windows pop out. You can actually tilt them on out to get some circulation. I like that idea. I wish they all did that. You got your anchor pulpit right there built in, plus your anchor nest pulpit up there, 2 cleats, snout pipe for your windlass anchor system if you decide to go to one, line shock cleats. I got some good strakes to it. Like I say, these really are a quiet boat, and this one can be bought right. It's got a set of 250s on it, which is an option. I think max horsepower on these are 600, but it's like 27, so about 29 feet total. If you want to, you could technically, but this didn't have the offshore bracket that went to the bottom of the boat, so you'd have to stick with the 27 foot when you register it. Anyway, down here, that's your drain there. Just a brake for your winch, so when you unhook it, if it wants to take off, you just hit that and it will stop this handle, which is a good idea. You got a good reverse tilt down all the way back. Like I say, 22 degree in the rear. Foot jack, top cover flat flip. And like I said before, these are recoverable. We had a 27, the EX model actually, that had the 10 or the 910. That could even been better. That could have been a 10.4 on the big tuna one. But anyway, you got your rocket launches up there. You got deck lights, gear bathway hubs, brown good, white bad, and you should have discs on all 3, which it does. To fill those right here, Ellen head, and make sure it's on level ground if you do add to them. And like I say, anywhere between half. Oh, I see little kachunas up there barking, our little puglet. You got load guides, but anyway, back to the gear oil hubs. Half full, just a hair under half you can get by with, but if you did fill level ground, open that up, pour it until you get to the half, walk away for about 5-10 minutes and go back. You don't want to overfill them. You got your deck with the matting on it. Already got a kicker bracket. That's probably not big enough for a T25, so you'd have to have a bigger one made. Here's your trim tabs with zinc self-bailing decks. This is what I'm talking about, the offshore bracket. That ain't part of the hull. So if that was part of the hull, you could add 2 feet onto that. Not that it makes much of a difference, because you'd be at 27, 28, 29. So it wouldn't be any advantage on crossing the bar. And you got a drain right there for the offshore bracket. That is independent from the main hull. So even if you did get water in that pod back there, it's not going to be a big deal. Now, some of these boats here, because of the weight, you're all the way back with these set of 250s on them. They can have a tendency to porpoise a little bit. But there's a new style like a dolphin hydro plate you can put that looks really cool. We did that on a Parker. He had an issue, and then keeping on playing longer, that would help that. Jeremiah in the back knows, he got the part number so he can order a set of those, but we'll find out when I go out in the water. I can't remember how it did, but I know a 250 should plane this boat, and you should be able to cruise pretty damn good. It doesn't take much for these to get up and boogie. Now, these are pretty efficient boats as well. It is pretty wide. I'll have to just look it out and make sure. I don't want to tell you something that ain't true. I'm still wondering about that beam of the boat. It could be that 9, because the next one goes up to 10, and that's the EX, whatever they want to call it. But anyway, the 250 V6 4.2 liters. Now these spit out water everywhere. But now if you're going to flush it at home, if you don't have the ear bullet flusher that goes there, you should have one there and one there, 2 different flushers. But if you don't tape that off and put your regular standard flusher there, max flow that water as much as you can, because it takes a lot to go through these. Now what I would say too is, if you let this thing sit like through the winter, on the initial fire up, I would leave them tie downs on, back it into some water somewhere for the initial fire up. You get maximum water pickup that way, and you'll save on your water pumping impeller. So that's just a little tidbit, good reverses there. So then you got your freshwater flush as a stop. You undo that, hook your water here. Only if the motors are warm. If the motors are cooled, really don't even bother with that one. You got twin cylinders for your steering, so that's awesome, especially because these are big motors. So if you only had one to push both of these motors, it's kind of tight. But with 2 of them, it makes it nice with autopilot. It makes your autopilot work less. And you got right hand, and you got a left hand. Stainless steel, 15x17, saltwater 2. That's what I recommend on the V6 Yamahas. Yeah, you got pop out cleats, discharge, gearbox oil hubs look good, tinted windows, nice cleats where they belong. You got to pop out there, cleat here. They could have probably ran a cleat right there, is where I would have run another one, because it's got quite a distance from there to there. So I'll tie a fender off to that right there. It's not a big deal. 4x4 bunks, set of 4 of those. Now the Yamahas are total saltwater protected, internal zincs inside the motor, every cylinder on the block. You got zinc up underneath there, you got zinc up underneath there. And if you notice, these don't have the torque fin. You really don't need them, especially with counters. You actually get better fuel economy with 2 versus 1. Plus you have steering, getting away from the dock, getting back to the dock, spinning them. You can just got more controls, especially this is DEC controlled. So you got the VTS or cruise control on the binnacles, and you got rear deck as well, DEC, sea glaze door. Pop this down. I'm gonna say hello there. Hello. Get up here. And that's just to get to the lower bolt holes. Rod holder, it's kind of neat to have one straight out the back, one there, one there. Same thing, you can tell when they design these for a fishing boat. The guys that do it right, here's a gas fill. You got one sticking out here, one at a corner here, one out here, and one straight back. It'd be good for if you got, we're going to fish about 6 on hand lines, or I mean on reels. You can make a thing actually like a bar up about this high that slides into that, and the leg in there and the leg there for your hand lines. Now there's your cell bailing, and here you got little lights. There's for your port motor, starboard motor, inspection cap. Now this is probably why, look at the room you get in this boat. God, 6 people would be no sweat in this boat. But you notice you don't have that big top cap gunnel in the back. And you got foot toe holes here. So this is what gives you the room in these things. Instead of having your batteries and stuff back here, which you don't want your batteries down low, like most of them would put them in here or something. Because if you did take on water, your batteries would be underwater. They put their batteries up in the cabin, which is the best place to put them. Seacock valves right there. That's for your wash down hose. And that's for your pump out macerators. They need to clean this out. So you got 2, one for the center, and then you got the ones for the outer boxes, is what this is. You got one here and one here. You got the valve here that you go between the boxes. And that goes there. And this was pretty big if I remember. Yeah, that was nice. See, that one is on a macerator too. That the one without the valve, and that pumps this out. And then you got the switch in there that does that one and that one. Pop that. And here's your fish box, and here's a beautiful wife. She's waving at me. Laura. We'll pull that out. DEC. You can start your motors here. Oh, it does need the lanyard. I got it up front to put into this. Here's your neutral, trim assist, single lever control. You can just run one. It does both motors. Hydraulic. Benches, 1, 2, 6 people. Got, these are the new Shockwaves. These are good seats actually. There's your battery switch. Batteries are right up underneath here. Good. 2 batteries. We need those. Offset on these seats makes it nice. Storage. Oh, there it is. The cover for the Yamaha CL5 gauge. Little porta pot right there. That gives you a lot of room up in there, which is nice, and that's how you get to your anchor box, is that door up there. That's all filled full of foam. Oh, got some good storage down there. Storage there. Storage here. Up in here is where you can get to your hydraulic lines. You can even put a hydraulic pump in there if you had to for auto pet. Okay. And you got your CL5 gauge, trim tab, start, key switch. I'm going to turn that on real quick. Spreader lights is the one back, anchor lights. I wonder if I must have shut the battery switch off. Window wipers, you got fast and slow, boom, boom. See, I did turn them off. You got your horn, nav lights, anchor lights, spreader lights, which is your bow light, boards down, fish box, aft, front.